Alrighty, hello and welcome back to Chump Change episode 13?
Yes.
13. Happy National Burrito Day. Today is the April 6th, first Thursday of April, and today is National Burrito Day. So since we're listening to this in post, hopefully you got your free burrito or burrito deal on National Burrito Day.
If you didn't, be sure to watch out for April 6th next year.
Did you get anything cool for Burrito Day?
My girlfriend and I went to Jack in the Box for breakfast. Yeah. And she got a breakfast burrito. It was not free. I very much spent money on it.
Hey, you know what? At least you're enjoying the National Burrito Day spirit.
Indeed.
All right, let's see here. So for the topics today, I think I want to go ahead and start us off with, do dog owners live longer? Let's see here. So heart.org here, one of my favorite sources, they say studies show that people who walk their dogs get significantly more exercise than those who don't. And there's a bonus. Our pets can also help us feel less social anxiety and interact more with other humans. Maybe that's why dog owners report less loneliness, depression, and social isolation. Do you agree with that?
Yes, and?
All right, buddy, go ahead and talk about raising your dog and how it has helped you with your social anxiety.
I don't think having my dog has helped my social anxiety at all. Excuse me real quick. I definitely think in terms of health benefits, like when I lived in Nevada with my family, my auntie has a bigger dog, like a medium-sized large dog.
Big dog.
Yeah. And that dog very much likes to go out into the field and we can throw, tennis balls, frisbees, whatever, and the dog will run back and forth with us getting it. In that sense, I very much feel active. I cannot say that my current dog, Lucy, gives me that because she's not much of a walker. Something that we're trying to change with her. Yeah. But also, like, she's a conversation piece when we carry her around outside, but I wouldn't say she helps me with social anxiety. If anything, she attracts more attention than I normally would care for. So that's a bit more of an issue to me. But, like, in terms of not feeling lonely, I feel like that's just part of having a pet. It's another person in your family to have at the house.
So, just like raising a kid, how is raising your dog?
There's definitely ups and downs. The first, like, what are we on, month 3 now? Month 2, month 3? The first few weeks was definitely a bit of a trial for us, just because it was like, we got her a little older than most people like to get puppies, especially of a French Bulldog breed. And we definitely had to not only let her get comfortable here, because she was very timid at first. Once she was comfortable, it was her house immediately. Like week 2, it was her house, and she very much, like, if she didn't want to do it or she didn't want to listen to you, she didn't. And that was something that we had to kind of work on with her. It was like, hey, just because I have this pen for you where your puppy pad is, that doesn't mean it's time out. That's your bathroom. I need you to go there. That's your bathroom, or that's where you need to be. If like I go to the bathroom, Moon goes to the bathroom, or for instance, there's nights where I'm not quite ready to be home yet. I'm at work, but Moon has to go to work, right? So we'll put her in there for 30 minutes to an hour, depending on how far I am from home. And we've been, trying to make her more accustomed to that. And I feel like that was very much akin to helping my mother raise my little brother, in the sense that, hey, the kid doesn't really understand the purpose of everything you do for it. So you need to slowly introduce the concept while doing the thing. Kid doesn't understand, hey, toilet is where boom boom goes. Kid's like, man, mom put me on toilet, but I really have to go boom boom. So it's like you kind of you have to make sure that the intent and the actual practice are being done at the same time. Because like the biggest thing that's changed for us is when it's time to go to bed, like you and Waterball, man, when it gets to roughly like 11 midnight, the dog, I'm always saying like the dog's scratching my leg because the dog knows it's time for bed. Because that's normally when me or Moon would like crawl into bed with her and like start settling in. But lately I've been a little more busy, so it's like, hey, I want to go to bed. Hey, I want to go to bed. And I'm like, okay.
Hey, looky here, kid.
Mm-hmm. But like, she's very comfortable in bed with us now. She doesn't like, she doesn't jump off as much as she used to, like in the middle of the night. And she's very much like, okay, this is where I sleep. This is where I'm supposed to be comfortable.
Yeah. So since your dog is still a little young, older than a puppy, I guess, unless she's still considered a puppy.
I think she's like 7 months now. I think she's just going to be considered a dog at this point. I don't know if 7 months is considered puppy or not.
So, would you go out and walk the dog when it gets a little older? Do you think like now is a prime time to start walking your dog?
So like I said, we've tried walking her. She's just not a fan. I don't know if
lazy dog.
Yeah. I don't know if other people walk their Frenchies and the Frenchie like enjoys walking. I know like I can see TikToks of like Frenchie skateboarding and stuff, but that's not quite the same as Frenchie, walking a mile with owner.
Yeah.
Because to some semblance, the dog is still standing on a thing, not really moving. But we want her to walk more. It's just we kind of got to get there with her.
Yeah, so the reason why I bring up walking, so we went to YCS LA, and that was a very outdoors trip.
Yes, that was very standing and walking heavy trip for us.
I'm thinking, if we got a dog, then we got an excuse to go on more walking trips, maybe walking trips instead of just trips that include walking.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, on our way home, we didn't really get a lot of recording done on the way home in terms of like what we were doing. But like we stopped in Pismo Beach and we were like, this would very much be something we'd come back for and just do. I'd love to bring my dog and just hang out on the beach with you guys.
Yeah, see, I would love for us to go to the mountain hikes and everything like that for our social posts.
Yeah, I don't know if dog is doing all that.
Oh,
She taps out pretty fast. I'd probably have to bring like a dog backpack and she would just sit on my back.
Think about that. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
She's just like clawing at you and you got to give her like a little snack biscuit. There you go. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, no, she's not gentle. She wouldn't like gently paw at me. She'd like smack me on the back of the head.
Like normal dogs.
Yeah. She thinks she's a big dog.
So do you regret getting a small dog, or you like small dogs better than big dogs?
I like small dogs more because lounging with them I feel like is a little more comfortable. I used to have a pit bull and I loved him to death, but geez, was it uncomfortable like laying with him or sitting with him. Because that guy thought he was a small dog, so he would like lay on my lap or try and like lay on my shoulder, and I'm like, bro, you weigh like half of my body mass.
Sounds like big dog, that's small dog.
Big dog thought he was small dog, and my small dog thinks she's a big dog.
Yeah, it's like all the little dogs who bark at the big dogs. Yeah, no, my family has a little Chihuahua Terrier and like a pit bull Rottweiler. Some breed like that, some big breed. And then the little Chihuahua Terrier was barking at the big dog. Next thing you know, like a big dog was holding a little dog by the neck.
Man.
And I was like, well, that's a dog eats dog world if I ever saw one.
Man.
You bark the bark and then you bite the bite, huh?
I very much I appreciate having a small dog for the lounging part. In terms of being active, I know that my life's going to be a little limited on what I can do with her, but Moon and I also do want to get a German Shepherd or a Pit Bull eventually.
Big dog, small dog.
Yeah.
That sounds like great. So you're going to have whichever parent likes to be at home, that's going to be the at-home dog. And then, we're just going to take a big dog out.
Well, ideally, because my living situation's kind of in the air. We don't know if we're gonna move back home with my mother to see, like, help out with my little brother, because he's still young. But the idea was, regardless, we wanted to get a home with a yard. So if little dog has puppies, puppies and mom and dad can go, run around. But then, like, depending on your location, there could be coyotes, there could be, whatever. So the idea would big dog would look over little dog and puppies.
I got a question. So we've both been outside, like walking down the normal sidewalk, and there would be a person that's walking a dog off the leash.
Yeah.
Are you okay with that? Like, I'm not saying just big dogs, I'm saying small dogs included. Do you like just having the dog off the leash, like being around that environment in general?
Like, does it bother me personally?
Yeah.
Not really, just because I've always been around big dogs, so if one gets aggressive, I know how to, like, respond to that. In terms of little dogs, I personally wouldn't, just because the little dogs I had as a preteen into teenage years, they were always runners. Like, if you let them off a leash, they would send it. Granted, one of my first Frenchie, he'd always, like, come home because he'd get tired out and wanted food. But, like, the Chihuahuas, they would run and not look back.
That's my favorite kind of dog.
Yeah, in terms of big dogs, it doesn't bother me. It does concern me for little dogs, just because even if I have my little dog on a leash, right, a big dog could try and attack the little dog.
Yeah.
And then that's less of a, okay, big dog is attacking me, respond appropriately. It's, okay, big dog is attacking us. Make sure big dog doesn't eat my dog.
Yeah, eat the dog, yeah.
Because even like friendly, playful dogs, like the pit bull that I had, he was playing with a very smaller Chihuahua and unfortunately got a little too rough and the Chihuahua ended up missing a leg.
Oh my goodness, it was like a little chicken drummet.
And I forget how long the Chihuahua was alive after that, but like just the pit bull meant well. It was playing too rough because little dog, big dog.
Yeah, it's tough being us big chumps, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's what my take would be. Like, yes, I would get a big dog, but it would very much be like, hey, big guy, you're here to watch the family, Like, you can still have fun and lounge with us, but like, you hear something go off, I want you to go. I don't care if it's a skunk. You go figure out what the hell made the noise.
Hey, are you a outdoor doghouse type of owner?
For bigger dogs, yes. Little dogs, just because they can make holes and escape through fences, no.
Yeah, no, my sister had the little post you put in the ground, and the dog just like rips right through it. Yeah,
no, I very much, you have a big dog, and you want to give them the backyard or like a doggy door inside, let them control the space. Let them control their part of the space, but let them understand it's your house. So you call them, they come inside. They hear something, they're allowed to go outside, at their leisure to go pee and stuff. But you call them, they come inside. They don't mess up. They don't mess with the fence. They don't mess with the house. Like chewing up the trim and stuff. Because my little Frenchie did tear up the trim of a house we were renting.
Are you running into that issue right now?
Surprising. I leave Lucy with my family, my mom's side of the family, if I'm busy and Moon is also busy. The dining table and chairs that my mom and I gave to my grandmother when we moved out of our house is at my grandma's apartment. Yeah. The dog has effectively chewed all of the legs of the table.
Oh my goodness.
Like nice mahogany looking table. Probably not mahogany. It's probably cheaper than that Ashley furniture. But she's been biting up the chairs and the table, and my grandma's like, she's ruining my nice table. I'm like, Grandma, we gave you that table. First off, that table's been around for like 20 years.
I'm like, looky here, Grandma. It's a dog.
Surprisingly though, like you and I thought she was gonna chew up my wires in the the entertainment center in the living room. She hasn't like messed with it. She's been very good about it. I will say my rug from the last apartment is getting a little tattered just because her claws. Her claws get stuck on some of the fibers in the carpet and tear it up a little bit.
That's interesting.
Yeah, definitely. I need to go get her claws trimmed, but it's weird. She's very respectful of the house and the environment here. It's a little more Wild West when she's not home.
It's always the Wild West.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I can't wait until I get my pet of some sort.
Your fish?
And I get to talk about it on the podcast. Nah, I might get a little rat. Or a little hamster. Or a little snake.
Yeah, you already don't want to live with me because of my dog. Or you don't want to move back in with me because of my dog. You get a rat or a snake or something, we're definitely not moving back in together.
You know, imagine I got a... How do I put it? I got a spider. I'm feeding him Jiminy Cricket.
Yeah, have fun with that. Those are two things I don't like.
Well, you know, it's just, you know, hopefully one day I get to finally own a pet and I could talk about my pet on the podcast.
I definitely think it'd be interesting to hear you talk about a pet just because your idea, like your take on pets has always been relatively negative to all of us in your circle based on your family's experience with pets. So
I really like pets.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, you know, I've seen the homeless people that got pets, and you know, it's like, you know, that poor little pit bull, man. He ain't eating nothing in days.
Yeah.
Yeah,
almost like if he was on his own, he could probably get more food than sitting with the owner on the curb.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to put him through that. Like, imagine if I can't buy the kibble for that week.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not sharing my scrambled eggs and rice, you know?
I was gonna say, I guarantee you can't just because if you're homeless, you know, you're shaking your tin can, you only got the couple bucks for the McChicken. You're certainly not buying a bag of kibble that's $14 for the smallest one.
Man, see, my family, you know, they always just dry kibbled. And it was, it's very sad, I would say. Because it isn't like it isn't like we bought the like wet dog food or, you know, like something specifically for the dog.
Yeah.
My sister actually makes, what is that? The birthday cake for the dog. My sister's made that for her dog, and I thought that was pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
But yeah, no, it's pretty much like hey man, you know, I got this gigantic turkey leg, or I got this gigantic like rib rack. Here's these rib bones that I'm just gonna throw at you. Have, you know, go to town on them.
Yeah, you know what we're getting Lucy when her birthday comes around?
Huh.
We're getting her McDonald's McDouble, cheese and burger only.
The dog can eat cheese?
Yeah, dog can eat cheeseburger. You just shouldn't give it to them a lot.
Yeah, no, see, so my neighbor, they live down the street. I would always walk by and they would always be feeding the dog, not feeding, but instead of giving them like water, they would give them like condensed milk water or like condensed milk rice, like really like fattening up their dog.
Yeah.
And I was like, looky here, I do not care that I'm a big chump. All right, maybe I want the little dog or big dog, you know, to not be a gluttonous bastard like I am, you know?
We really want to fatten up my dog just because she's kind of skinny. Like she's in a good weight range, but she like just doesn't show it the way that other Frenchies have.
So you're like, we got to make you plump so you're thick.
Yeah, we gotta give her a future partner a little extra to nibble on.
Yeah, nah, I wouldn't do that to my dog, man. If my dog gonna be skinny, as long as my dog's in the healthy range, I think that's, you know, because I want the longevity.
It's scary to me, right? Because I think her weight range is fine for her age so far.
Yeah.
But like I can feel the bottom of her ribs. I'm like, I don't think that's healthy though. Like that's a sign of other underlying issues, which I don't think there is. The vet said she's healthy, but you know. That's something that might need further tests to confirm, like, oh, there is this other thing that's going on.
Yeah.
But But yeah, like so the first time we bought her stuff when we took her home, we went to Pet Food Express. They gave us samples of like freeze-dried chicken stuff where you just put a little bit of water and you heat it up and you put it on top of the kibble, and then you could also put the broth that you heated up in on the kibble.
Oh, nice.
They gave us some goat milk, which she loved. She fucked that up. And then what else did we get her? We got her a bunch of different canned foods to see which canned food she liked. Surprisingly, she ended up liking one from Food Max. Yeah, that one was really interesting to me, but like she liked it, so I couldn't complain, you know?
Yeah, ain't no Blue Diamond, but something, huh?
Yeah, I mean, hey, if she liked it, that's more than I could ask for. But yeah, there's definitely some things that we ended up getting her that I'm happy that we did get her. I want her to, you know, not just... I don't want her to look at her kibble every time we eat like something else and be like, man, I could be having what you have. Like, I want her to enjoy the kibble as much as she like enjoys the human stuff when she does get it.
Oh yeah.
Cause like we'll make her eggs in the morning less often than we used to, or like we had chicken mole yesterday. And before Moon served us, she gave the dog some shredded chicken, some boiled shredded chicken. So stuff like that. Like, I want to do more stuff like that for the dog.
Yeah, no, for me, I'm like, dog, if you eating T-bone steak and eggs, that means I'm eating T-bone steak and eggs.
Well, yeah, the dog doesn't eat anything better than what we're eating.
Yeah, you see,
I want the dog to appreciate the nice things she gets when we can give it to her.
Yeah.
But I also, like, I give her the things that enhance the kibble meals, too.
Yeah, no. See, I don't want to have a dog because, you know, I want to be, like, living my best life, you know? Like, I want the dog to be living his best life. I wouldn't want to set him up for failure. I want to set him up for success.
No, if I want to set her up for failure, I'm going to give her grapes. Dogs don't like grapes.
Hey, you know, I don't like sour grapes either, but I think that's for another time. But moving on from dog here, let's talk about some chicken. All right, let's see here. So I have the Wingstop menu flavors. I want to go ahead and just do a rapid fire yes, no here.
Okay.
All right, so, you know, there's only about like 14 flavors, something like that. Should be pretty quick,
6,
but
8, 10, 12, 15?
Yeah, pretty good number. So let me know when you're ready to go.
Go for it.
Alrighty, I think we're gonna start with plain.
In terms of just like yay, nay?
Plain chicken. Yeah. Just yay, nay, just like before.
Specifically from Wingstop.
Specifically Wingstop. Yeah, we're doing Wingstop.
Original or like plain, nay.
Plain, nay. Cajun.
Yay, half yay.
Louisiana rub.
Nay.
Mango habanero.
Nay.
Original hot.
Yay.
Lemon pepper.
Yay.
Garlic parmesan.
Yay.
Mild.
Yay.
Hickory smoked barbecue.
Nay.
Hawaiian.
Nay.
Honey hot rub.
Haven't had it. It's LTO.
Spicy Korean Q.
Yay.
And lastly, atomic. Thinking hard on this one, huh?
I'm inclined to say yay because I've bought it a couple times. Every time I bought it, I regretted it.
See, that's why I left that one for last.
I would say yay out of principle just because I'd make it a game with the boys.
Yeah, no. So, are you a saucy type of guy, or do you like? Yeah, there's some dry rub flavors, like honey hot rub.
Yeah.
Are you a saucy type of guy, or do you like it just dry?
So I like sauces. There are things I prefer in a rub, like Buffalo Wild Wings does the garlic parmesan in the sauce. I think it's really good. However, I do prefer the Wingstop garlic parmesan rub.
Yeah, see, I've been to Buffalo Wild Wings once, and I tried their hottest chicken wings. That's why I was there. I didn't think it was too bad. I think they just like loaded it with cayenne pepper, and then I was like coughing.
You know, part of it's that you're supposed to have a bunch of beer inside you.
Yeah.
Like all the sodas and beers or other liquor are supposed to kind of just like combine with the what's the enzyme called that like makes you receive spice like heat?
Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, that stuff. Like
Yeah.
I think alcohol amplifies that feeling.
Yeah,
Same thing with like soda, like carbonation, all that stuff makes it worse.
yeah, no, I love spicy foods.
Yeah.
So
I know.
I'm always down to eat atomic chicken wings, the spiciest thing on the menu.
R.I.P. the Big Chumps content that we filmed over a year and a half ago that never made it to the actual channel.
That's okay. It's gonna make a comeback.
Eventually.
At least the idea is.
Do you still have those sauces?
Yeah, I think I ate. I think I ate a majority of them.
Oh man, that means I have to buy another Hot Ones pack. That sucks.
Yeah, we might have to buy another one of those, but yeah, man, I think Wingstop has some pretty good chicken wings. Do you do anything special to your chicken wings? Like do you do extra crispy or well done?
Extra crispy and extra sauce probably.
Yeah, no. So I didn't get extra crispy or well done.
Yeah.
Until Water Bottle Man told me about it.
Yeah.
And then I tried it and I was like, man, it's almost like dust now. Like it's almost like burnt to a crisp.
Yeah. So
I think the regular one is okay.
My problem is I normally go for the boneless route, so tenders and boneless wings.
Ah.
And yeah, I think regular wings get burnt out and like dry if you well done them. The boneless stuff, no one likes a soggy chicken tender or chicken nugget. And sometimes with all the grease and stuff, that's all you get. Especially if you're like door dashing it or you're picking it up and it ends up sitting there for a while before you even get to eat it.
Oh yeah.
It just gets soggy and I hate it. So normally I'll opt for like the faster delivery on DoorDash if I do it, but I'll still get it well done just so hopefully it's still somewhat crispy by the time it makes it to me.
So do you like dipping your chicken into something like a ranch or like a blue cheese?
The ranch is very rich, in my opinion. I like dipping it, but typically I'll just take like an original hot wing as is. I will dip my carrots and stuff in ranch though.
Man, I ain't gonna lie to you. Every time they give you the celery and the carrots at Wingstop, I just look at it and then I'm like, all right, and then I just move on to the chicken.
No, I do all carrots, all veggie. Like when we do veggie sticks, I do all carrot.
Wow, you don't do the celery at all.
I don't really care for celery actually. I like that. It's one of the few veggies that I like every time I eat it, no matter where I eat it or what I eat it in, I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah, I don't like the celery just because it's stringy.
BJ's.
BJ's.
BJ's makes a deep dish buffalo chicken pizza, right?
Yeah.
They put so much celery chunks on that, and I hate it. I hate it so much.
I ain't gonna lie. I've never seen buffalo chicken with celery. To me, that's a little odd.
I think it's pretty common. You get like some sort of veggie as a side.
Oh yeah.
Like celery or carrots, because it's a heat neutralizer.
Do you a better way to put it? So McDonald's chicken nuggets.
Mm-hmm.
They have no sauce on them. Are you dip them type of guy, or are you the look at my McDonald's hack or my Chick-fil-A sandwich hack where I put the Chick-fil-A sauce in the bag and then shake it up with the chicken?
I've actually thought about this recently because I usually am a dipper. I've thought about going out and getting my own sauces to toss, specifically like Chick-fil-A or like a better chicken nugget.
Yeah.
McDonald's is fine. I would not expend the extra effort ever for McDonald's chicken nuggets to like toss it in sauce. Now, if they still had the Mix Selects, which was their chicken tenders back in the day, those were very good, and that's something that would have been worth my time to toss.
But either way, still buffalo sauce.
Yeah, buffalo sauce from McDonald's, and I just dip it. And even their sauce, the McDonald's buffalo sauce is like very just mid.
Hey man, that's just McDonald's. You're just trying to get a good meal or a quick meal.
I was gonna say fast meal, just something in your stomach, not even something good in your stomach. I did want to briefly touch, since we're talking about Wingstop, on the sides. Have you tried anything beyond like seasoned fries for their sides?
Sorry, they had something else?
Yeah, so they have cheese fries, Louisiana voodoo fries, buffalo ranch fries, and Cajun fried corn, along with veggie sticks.
Nah. If you have, describe them to me.
So the buffalo ranch fries, I mean, it's pretty straightforward with the name. They just take some of their original hot, they drizzle it over the fries, like the seasoned fries.
Yeah.
I think they're okay. The underlying problem is with Wingstop's fries in general. They get very soggy and like bland very fast.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, Wingstop fries, I agree.
Like, I think when we lived together, every time we ordered a Wingstop or like something like that, like B-dubs or Wingstop, we always put the fries back in the air fryer. Like, you would always take all of the baskets of fries that we ordered, you dump them in one tray on the air fryer, and you'd be like, all right, Lorenzo, all right, girls, we're gonna air fry these for like 5 minutes real quick. Get them real crispy.
Oh yeah. That's what you gotta do.
Yeah. Like, I think it's good. I think both of those are good. The Louisiana Voodoo rub in general from Wingstop, I think, is like kind of mid, and I wanted to comment on the sauces. Like barbecue, Hawaiian, and Louisiana. I said nay just because those are things I would probably eat somewhere else. Like, I think B-dubs does Cajun stuff better. But if we're talking Cajun fries, I actually think the best Cajun fries are from Five Guys.
Five Guys burgers and fries.
Absolutely.
My girlfriend can't eat there.
Oh, peanut oil, right?
Peanut oil, yeah.
Unfortunate.
And plus, they charge you an arm and a leg for some meal.
Yeah, well now, because remember, we had Five Guys before, and then we had it like a week into the actual pandemic when it started in California, and then we walked away like $60 each.
We didn't even get something crazy. It was like...
I got a double burger. I got a double A1 burger.
Man.
But I thought like 20-something bucks for that was pretty steep.
What was I going to tell? Oh, so you like the... not you like, but nowadays we're seeing a lot of the for the picture or for the video type of foods. So
Yeah.
like they would put a absurd amount of sauce on something, or they would just like put like a cheese fondue mountain on top of foods. Do you think that the food is like in terms of quality has gotten down just because we're trying to do it for the gram, or?
So
Have you
I don't
tried
know.
one of those crazy gimmick things?
I don't know if you know this. A lot of commercials for all these restaurants, the foods aren't actually the foods in those videos and pictures.
Oh yeah, no, I'm talking about the mom and pop. Let's see here, because we're in the Bay Area.
That's where I'm going. I'm getting there.
Yeah.
I'm teeing up with my thought process.
Okay.
So these professional photographers and advertising companies, they'll use Elmer's glue and all these like not the food based products or things to preserve the proportions of the food. Like they'll epoxy a Big Mac or whatever. They'll do all these things to preserve it for the photo. I think that's kind of like the preconception of, hey, I can make this look really good for my photo, definitely ruins it. Because if I'm going to get a bowl of ramen in Japantown, San Francisco, I'm not going to be like, hey, can you set up the ramen like in the picture so I can take a picture for my Instagram?
Yeah.
I'm going to take it as it comes, and I'm going to take a picture of that. Now, if I have like a USB light box plugged into a power pack and then I light it properly, like, yeah, I'll go through the extra steps for that. But I'm not... If I have to alter, or the company is altering the food for it to be more photogenic, it's not worth it. You're there to eat. pictures are cool, but it should be secondary. It should be supplemental.
Do you wish that restaurants had more photos though?
Of their stuff?
Yeah, like on their menu, like photos on their menu.
See, you and I have both worked in places where the menu was either solid text or it was like solid text and some pictures, or we've eaten places like that. I think it takes away from the menu adding that much space to like accurately show the picture.
Yeah.
I also think it gives you a very bad preconception of what you're going to get. Because I've heard people complain like, this doesn't look like the picture of the thing I ordered at all. And it's like, no, Antoine in the back just slapped it together. What?
I'm like, look here, you didn't even know the McDonald's worker elbowed Joe cheeseburger before it went out to you.
No, I think in fast food, very important thing to have in terms of like Olive Gardens, Applebee, like stuff like that. Just make it text, describe accurately what's on it, and it should be fine.
Yeah, no, it's crazy because since I work in the restaurant, it's very common for people to look up what the food looks like.
Mm.
Because you know, like maybe it's a language barrier thing, but more than not, it's just hey, that looks good. I want that one.
I definitely think there's a correlation between like me seeing the thing means I want the thing.
Yeah.
But also, I've never been the guy that's like, oh man, that looks so yummy. Because you can think something looks yummy or smell something and think it smells yummy. But then when you see what's in it, you can be like, oh, no, not for me.
You're like, whoa, buddy. I didn't know there was anchovies in that dish.
Yeah, like, definitely look before you leap situation. If you want to see what something looks like, too, like, say there's never been a review on Eggs Benedict at a mom and pop, like, bed and breakfast place, right?
Yeah.
I'm not going to look up Eggs Benedict because I'm probably never going to get a review for the mom and pop shop that no one knows about.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a picture of Eggs Benedict from, like, a Hilton hotel or something, and it's going to look like a million times different than whatever I'm going to get. Or it could look a lot worse than whatever I'm going to get. I think it sets up a false like preconception of what you're getting.
Yeah, I can agree with that one.
Because like I said, I've had customers complain like, I didn't get this isn't what it looks like. Man, this is an IHOP. We're not going to we don't have Gordon Ramsay in the back, lady. We're not plating your stuff.
Looky here, man. I try my best, okay?
Like, you know, I put the fork and the knife on the plate for you out of courtesy, not out of obligation. You sat down. I already gave you a fork and knife. I didn't have to give you another one because your kid threw them across the room.
Yeah, I honestly agree. But
yeah. So while we're in the food category, I see you got this little topic over here. Wingstop Ranch soap.
You see that? Okay.
I do see that.
We can talk about that. Let's see here. So, adding on to National Burrito Day. Apparently, last month, we didn't get to touch on it was National Ranch Day.
Was it? Man, was it Ranch Day on a podcast day?
So it was Ranch Day on March 10th.
March 10th would have been, that would have been a podcast day.
Yeah, we just missed it. Let's see here. So some old news, but Wingstop and Buff City Soap, they gave the fans the chance to bathe in ranch-scented, ranch-inspired soaps.
That looks horrendous.
You don't want to bathe in ranch?
I'm looking at a picture of this. This looks awful.
See, I know we're big chumps. I thought maybe you would have been interested in bathe in ranch.
Absolutely not. Okay, listen. We need to set a precedent right now. Just because you and I are big chumps, right? And this isn't just for me to. This isn't from me to you. This is from both of us to other people because we've been using the big chumps joke a lot more in our circle. Listen here, bucko. Just because we're big chumps doesn't mean we're the greasy Smash Melee player that likes to roll around in McDonald's chicken tendies right before the match, okay? We're not the guy that likes to go play in a tub of lard before we go play Yu-Gi-Oh, okay? I know we're big chumps. I don't even know how... This is a rant, by the way. Come closer. You know that TikTok? Come closer. I don't know how anyone can conceivably say a bar of soap. I want to create that. I don't understand that. I don't know how you could want to go around smelling like the thing that smells sour after it's been left out of the fridge for 20 minutes. That doesn't make sense to me. The only ranch that I think anyone wants to smell like, and I think they are questionable as well, is Ram Ranch. If you don't know what that is, go look it up on Spotify.
All right, give me a moment here. I got to look it up on Spotify. Yeah, no, man. I thought it was pretty interesting. I was like, I've never seen that before. Thought that would have been a pretty cool thing to bring about on the podcast.
Interesting gimmick concept, absolutely. If they actually sold that or gave it out to people... Awful. Whoever works in an office that told someone to make that for real, one of the darkest pits in hell is waiting for you, bucko. It's waiting.
Hey, man. It's, it's the... Would you like to supersize your meal today? Would you like to eat the KFC Double Down? Would you like to eat this greasy, horrendous 10,000 calorie meal?
I'm going to say this right now on the podcast, episode 13. Anyone in the future can hold this against me. It is 3:40 p.m., April 6th, 2023. You can hold this against me forever. If there's ever a Big Chumps scented anything, cologne, soap, candle, if there's anything Big Chumps branded that is scent-based, and it's something as atrocious as Wingstop Ranch, I will personally donate $10,000 to any charity, and I'll put a tweet out, and you guys can choose the charity.
All right, so it sounds like we're going to do Big Chump Scratch and Sniff.
No, we are not.
We're going to sell a Scratch and Sniff book.
Absolutely not.
It's going to be all of the flavors from Wingstop. We
could blow up tomorrow. Ludwig... Moist Critical, AMD, anyone could say, hey, I want to put money and invest in Big Chumps' projects. I wouldn't start working on that anytime soon, and it wouldn't be an atrocious scent. It would literally, it'd have to, like, I would reach out to the people who make Chanel colognes and be like, hey, man, I'm trying not to, like, make something like Big Chumps fart spray. I need you to help me out here. And it helped me make a cologne that's normal.
Normal cologne.
Does it smell like ranch? Or does it just look like it came out of a tub of ranch? This looks like ranch with like celery and carrots sticking out of it. This is awful.
All right, right here, buddy. Here, let me go ahead and read another excerpt from this delicious bar of soap. The look and smell of the soap replicates the beloved dip available in Wingstop restaurants everywhere. With notes of buttermilk, parsley, and dill, fans can smell the undeniably craveable Wingstop Ranch while bathing.
I hate this. I hate this so much.
Wingstop Ranch.
I hate this so much. You couldn't pay me to use this.
All right, so I agree that this is very much a for the clout type of product, for the memes, for the lols.
Yeah, no, this is definitely like a shock factor kind of product. Like, also the not official Big Chumps of the universe. This is for them too. This is for the Smash Melee players and the Yu-Gi-Oh! Roll around in a tub of lard players. This is for you. So. What was it, March 10th next year? Go get it.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if they're gonna have it next year. But yeah, no. So speaking of clout here,
Mm-hmm.
there was some really sad news. Sad
Yeah.
news because someone got shot.
Oh,
So
wow.
let's see here. I'm gonna read a little excerpt from Fox 5 Washington D.C. News.
This is fresh news too. Wow.
Yeah, so it happened about a day ago, somewhere around there. Let's see here. So I believe this says Sterling VA is
Oh, voice actor.
yeah,
Sterling voice actor.
yeah. I guess yeah. Sterling, Virginia. Thank you very much. Yeah, no. So Sterling, Virginia, a prank was recorded for YouTube, and it could be the cause of the shooting over the weekend at Dulles Town Center. So the victim's father says his son was a YouTube influencer known for recording comical escapade. I don't know what that escapades, also known as pranks at the mall.
Social experiments.
Yeah, so the victim was a 21-year-old guy who was hospitalized after he was shot in the abdomen in the mall's food court on Sunday morning. So, man, do you think it was worth the clout? Do it for the gram? Where do you draw the line?
No, but also so I need to do some research here, but my preconception is that even if it was for wow factor, right, or for shock factor, I feel like someone should be, relatively intelligent enough to know, like, hey, this kid is screwing around, probably doesn't need to be shot.
Oh, well,
So if you can provide me some more context, I could probably give you a more informed opinion. Because my take on it, right, is like there's a bunch of silly stuff I would like to go do in public, but I don't out of social responsibility to not be irresponsible.
Yeah.
But even if I was being goofy, like there's nothing that I would do personally that I would think justifies in anyone's mind being shot. So for anyone to be at a mall, like the prank had to have been super extreme. And even then to consider shooting someone. Like if it was, hey, I held a rubber gun behind someone's head and dude reacted fast enough, cool. Don't hold fake guns behind people. That's bad. That is bad. But if dude, was throwing it back like a tambourine on the table of the food court, like on top of dude's food, probably not worth being shot. So, like, do you have some context for me here? Or?
All right, let's see here. So, fake Target thug employee prank. Mm-hmm. Fake vomiting on Uber drivers. Let's see here. Taking people's groceries prank. Mm-hmm. Asking workers to help me steal, part 2. Breaking store items in front of coworkers. Mm-hmm. Okay, so very much
shock factor pranks.
Very much why would you why if I'm trying to have a normal day and you're gonna do that,
It sucks, right? Why? Because it's very obvious that like the contents of the prank video can't be released if there's an open case about it. And this literally just happened. Here,
see, I am very much a prank your friends type of guy. Don't prank random people. Yeah, no, so I initially found this through Facebook, right? Because, I use Facebook.
Yeah.
And so what would you expect the comments to be before I start here?
The
comments on the Facebook post.
I don't know. Facebook is so like polarizing sometimes. Like I imagine a lot of them would be like the kids shouldn't have effed around and found out. Cause that's usually Facebook's take. It's a lot of boomers and it's like, oh, if kids didn't screw around like this, there wouldn't be violence like this. But also like, what I'm perceiving from this Fox post is it was a prank using Google Translate, which means it was verbal or word-based. There's nothing that can be said that justifies almost killing someone.
Hey, man, you know, like the boomer said, the kid wanted to
F around and find out.
You know?
Yeah, I don't know. I assume the Facebook comments were definitely against the child and their pranks. Or the young man and his pranks, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and the one of the top ones that I saw, top like comments was I'm surprised this didn't happen sooner.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, no, I would say stay safe out there with whatever TikTok pranks you're gonna do to get your TikTok clout. Stay safe.
Given the contents of the person's channel that you like read out, like the titles that you read out, definitely more of a shock wow factor kind of guy. Like definitely want to clickbait with titles and stuff. Like I said, the event that caused this was relating to using speech. So it's insane to me. Like that's pretty tame compared to what dude has clearly done before.
Yeah, we won't know, huh?
Like
I guess the video won't come out.
Definitely something I would like to follow up on if there's more developments in the future.
Yeah.
But like it sucks, right? Because if a young man being stupid using Google Translate somehow turned into him getting shot, you just said be safe. Where's the line happen with everyone, right?
Yeah.
Because again, how does the 31-year-old that shot him justify shooting him over anything? I couldn't justify shooting someone who is 10 years younger than me for any reason. There's nothing that could be said or done to me personally by another human that isn't them trying to commit a DNF on my life. That would justify me having to retaliate to deadly violence.
Well, you know, we won't see what truly went down. Or maybe we will.
I was going to say, I would like to come back to this if we're given the opportunity.
Maybe if, on the next episode, we will see.
Yeah, hopefully there's more developments in the next week. That's crazy. That's actually crazy.
Yeah,
I didn't even hear about this yet.
I think it only takes one. So I think since we got the one, I'm thinking maybe the outrageous pranks might dwindle down.
No, they won't.
Probably not, no. And instead there's going to be, it only takes one. So now everyone's going to get...
I honestly think that's the way that it's going to be taken by the community. Just because influencers and YouTubers are so prevalent nowadays, it's like, well, that's not going to happen to me.
Yep.
So, only time will tell. We'll see what happens, but definitely unfortunate and very, very sad. It looks like the young man is still alive, so that's cool.
Yeah, so apparently the other guy was a DoorDash delivery driver, and he is banned from DoorDashing. So that's an interesting piece of fact in there.
I didn't even think about the side effects of like what was the 31-year-old doing? How did it come to this? Yeah, no, like dude just kind of ruined his life by almost murdering a young man.
Hey man, dude was having such a bad day. You know, maybe that little kid just set him off the edge.
Well, we can't say little kid, dude's like a year, 2 years younger than us.
Can't say that the guy almost the same age as me said the wrong thing.
It's insane. It's crazy to me that that any human was pushed to the point, like just by whatever you could conceivably do with Google Translate. That it's insane to me that you're able to justify shooting someone.
Hey man, that's why I always like to remind us. Go outside. Go reduce your stress. Get a dog if you have to.
No, I think the problem is both this young man and the 31-year-old were both outside. That was the problem.
Reduce your mental stress.
Stay inside more. Play video games. Watch sports.
So speaking about staying inside more, you want to go ahead and bring up that last topic?
The planning thing.
Yep.
So we have been in talks about doing a second podcast-based show for
Maybe
Dungeons.
podcast-based?
Yes, for Dungeons and Dragons. That's the idea.
All right. You gonna elaborate a little more on that? Like, what's your have you ever had any experience playing it? Have you ever?
So
you know?
I listen to a D&D podcast every week. That's
Yeah.
the most experience. I have never played it before. Currently, as I'm like looking into it, the plan would be I would be the dungeon master or DM, and Pree, Water Bottle Man, along with 2 other compatriots, would be the party. Currently, I am trying to figure out what I would like to do, but I think we would do a demo episode by using a pre-made campaign, and then just kind of like filling in some pre-generated users. I think that would be a very good way to kind of like introduce you, Water Bottle Man, and our other 2 friends into the game, so we know how we work off of each other, and also like the mental imagery and creativity that it will require us to do to perform actions and be immersed in the game, as well as like the post-production side where Water Bottle Man and I were talking about like him doing some sound engineering for me, like, you know, ambient music for environments or interior scenes.
Boss music.
Yeah, boss music, or even like him producing an intro for the show, like an intro sound or soundtrack.
Oh, okay.
So probably sooner rather than later, we would do a pilot episode of us doing like a small self-contained campaign.
Yeah.
Just so we as a production could figure out what we want it to look like or sound like.
All right. So maybe that's something we look forward to.
Yeah. You questioned podcast based. The only reason I would think we would do podcast based is because one of the people potentially involved is indisposed with a very young child right now. So if they were to participate, it'd probably be harder to get him out of the house than let him set up at home.
Yeah, no, I have no idea how Dungeons and Dragons kind of goes in terms of recording it.
Yeah.
I thought it was very much a tabletop game. Everyone's kind of just together in a room.
There is online tools for that.
Yeah. So I guess for online, it would be we're all online.
We're all online, and I, as the dungeon master, I would distribute or share my screen for like specific things to you guys.
Oh, okay.
Like there's a website called D&D Beyond too, where like all of you get to make your character sheets. I can view the character sheets through the website, and then any story points that I would like to share with you for the campaign can also be shared through the website.
Oh, okay. That sounds pretty cool.
The only part that I'm a little stuck on is the books are a little expensive even for an online version. Like the Dungeon Master's Guide is like $30, and that's on sale.
All right. Well, hopefully we get some YouTube videos.
Yeah, it would definitely be hey, Big Chumps is going to post an additional show on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and it would be its own show on YouTube. Not connected to Chump Change or anything pre-existing.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm very excited learning how to like do all the stuff. The D&D podcast I listen to has been going on for like, I want to say since before you and I even moved into in with each other.
Oh.
So like, I kind of have a general sense of how I would like to play the game in terms of making it easy for all of us to just like get into it. Because some people play with like rules, or they're very meticulous about like, oh, the item weight of all the stuff you're carrying and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
But I think like I want to figure out what rules to be lax with for our first, like, not just the self-contained campaign, but like the actual campaign I make for us.
Yeah. I think that's a very, very cool thing to
Explore.
look into.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I love RPGs, so I'm really curious to see how the original RPG gets to play out.
Yeah. I'm excited to see what you guys will choose for characters as well, which is also why I wanted to do a self-contained story that's like pre-generated. Because hopefully, like based on the pre-made characters you guys just kind of fill in the blanks for, you can figure out what you like and what you want to do.
I want to be a holy paladin who fights in the eyes of purpose. So he's gonna be a very dark character, but he's blinded by the virtues of the light and what he believes is correct. So he's gonna be a good doer, but an evil doer at the same time.
Doer of good, but the wrong way.
Yep.
Yeah. Right intent, wrong method.
Hey, method, wrong intent.
So what I'm hearing is we're going to do a campaign and Pree's character is going to kick everyone into the volcano because he thinks that's how you're supposed to do it.
Well, no, it's going to be hey, we have an option to save someone, and I have to say no just because the voice in my head is telling me not to do it.
This is already going to be interesting, and I'm very excited to explore it.
But yeah, is there anything else you want to talk about?
No. Honestly, like, coming off of the trip, I think that this has probably been a very good tame podcast, because the trip still feels like yesterday.
Yeah, no, I talked to you 2 days ago, it feels like. Or yesterday, to be honest.
I literally talked to you yesterday, except you were kind of like... You were spaced out. You were all offing your own space yesterday.
But yeah.
Well, I think that's going to wrap it up for this episode. If you liked it and you're watching on YouTube, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, be sure to rate us 5 stars and also leave a comment if you would like to. We appreciate it very much, and sharing this with your friends, families, even your enemies. Who knows? They might like the podcast. If they're your enemy, they might not like you, though. It would help us out greatly. So thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next episode.
See ya!